Hey YouTube, this is Dean making another vid. If you like my content, please consider hitting the like button. Also, please consider subscribing, as it is very much appreciated. Saturday, happy Flint and Steel Saturday, everyone. Let's get on to it. Generic Chinese strikers, doing the C-type this time. In the drop-down menu, quite often these two will be sold as you have the option of either the D or the C. So yeah, quite often one will be out of stock and you can buy the other. They both spark about the same and are both good budget strikers. This is on Aussie Black. It's a blunt edge, but yeah, indicative. Even on a blunt edge, it still sparks pretty good. So yeah, it's a nice striker. Very traditional. I think they're laser cut or water jet cut. I'm going to do 4-0 steel wool. This is probably one of the best man-made tinders you can get. You can store it very easily, very cheap to buy. Doesn't go off like char cloth. So yeah, once you get it, as long as you keep it dry, it doesn't go off. So, you know, like char material will degrade over time because it picks up moisture from the air. This stuff doesn't. So keep it dry and it'll basically last forever. It will rust if it get wet. Just be careful with this stuff. It does turn into a molten glob of metal once you get it going, but it is very, very effective stuff. And when I'm doing speed runs, this is the stuff I use because it's so effective. The only thing is you have to be a little bit careful with it because it is a little bit dangerous to use just because it gets so hot so quickly. So yeah, sometimes the tinder bundles will almost burst into flame before you know what's going on. So yeah, and when you drive sparks into it, just be careful because it will go out, but just blow on it and keep your fingers away from it. So yeah, just use it like char cloth. But as I said, just be careful with it. Just know that it's going to be a hot glob of molten metal. That's what you're working with. So yeah. Oh, fucking strike properly. As I said, it's very quick. You just have to be careful. I was trying to keep my fingers away from it because it gets hot very quick. I didn't need to use that much. But I like using a lot just to keep your fingers away from it. And that whole thing will turn into a glob of molten metal. So yeah. 4-0 steel wool. You can, I've only ever used 4-0, but apparently you can go down to 2-0 steel wool and it'll still work. The 4-0 is the finest grade, 3-0 is a little bit less fine, and then 2-0 is quite coarse. But yeah, just use the finest grade and it works very effectively. Quite cheap. This stuff comes from China, and yeah, it's good stuff. Fantastic. I buy four lots of it for about $8, and it's you get 4 big rolls of it for about $8, which is really, really cheap. But anyway, yeah, fantastic. That's the generic C-type, ubiquitous, all on all sites, Amazon, eBay, AliExpress. Very budget orientated striker, sparks very well on this is a hagstone. Find a place that's got no cortex. As I said, sparks very well. Yeah, they do a really good job. Had very good success. I've bought pretty much the whole range of the generic strikers, and I've never had a problem with any of them. Yeah, I'm really impressed with these Chinese ones, and they don't cost a lot of money. I think all of these were all up about $15 each, posted here to Australia. You do have to wait a little while for them to come over to Australia, but that's neither here nor there. It's a good way to get into the hobby without spending a lot of money. Sometimes they come with rocks, sometimes they don't. They tend to come with quartz, which is fine. It's a good stone. It just doesn't last as long as flint. So yeah, that's the generic C-type Chinese made striker using 4-0 steel wool on jute, pocket bellows, usual suspects. Happy Flint and Steel Saturday, everyone. Stay safe. Thanks for watching.